What's poppin', my lyrical heads? Welcome to season 2 of Lyrical Minds. My name is Eve, and today I get the opportunity to chop it up with the hottest thing coming out of the Bay, Ozer. What's poppin', my guy?
What's going on, man? Nice to connect again, man. Nice to see
Yeah,
how you
man.
doing.
Yeah, man. It's good to connect with you again. Uh, for the people who don't know, I went to go see him perform. Hella dope performer.
Thank
Definitely a great entertainer.
you,
I had a good time. My wife had a good time. So it's good to link up with you again.
thank you, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Glad y'all enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, man. So I know you just, came back from the DR, man. How was that trip?
It was good, man. Much needed. Me and my girl went for our 2-year anniversary. We're not
Oh,
married.
congratulations.
I know that 'cause every time I told somebody there it was our 2 years. They're like, "Oh, y'all married?" No, we're not married. Um, but it was good, beautiful. We had our own private pool, jacuzzi. Like it was all inclusive. And
Damn.
like they had like 15 plus restaurants within the resort, and you go to any restaurant you wanted. So we like went to a steakhouse 2 nights in a
Right.
and like the food was crazy. It was in Punta Cana. And
Oh, okay.
excellence El Carmen. They might have to throw me a bag for promoting them right now, you feel me? But great resort though, man. Much needed, uh definitely helped me recharge a little bit, man. So
Damn.
yeah.
That's what's up. I thought you were gonna go there to perform, but
Nah,
that's dope. to Get that little vacation on. My wife's gonna watch it. She's gonna be like, I want to go to the DR. So now I gotta hear that. So thank you in advance.
it's worth it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
And you're pretty much tripped to in Denver, you were in my neck of the woods,
Yes,
and it's
sir.
a whole different type of elevation up here. So how was the transition from the elevation? I know we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, the elevation was different. It's funny because the Uber driver we had, she had told us that we need to stay hydrated.
Definitely.
Before we out the car, said, "Hey, you got to stay hydrated. Like hydration is gonna be key." And like we were drinking water here and there, but we weren't like completely hydrated, and we definitely
Right.
felt it. We were like tired as hell. And then performing, like even just rehearsing in the room, like I
Hmm.
was noticing like I was running out of breath quicker. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this is not
Yeah.
normal. Like this is weird. And then I got on stage and I'm jumping around and everything. I'm like, all right, hold up. Like this is different. You feel me? But I use it to my advantage. You feel me? I use it as a talking point to like interact with the crowd and everything like that. But it's definitely
Definitely.
different. I know what I'm getting myself into next time I come out there. But I don't feel too bad because everybody else I talk to from out here that performed at Denver said this exact same thing. It's like, yeah, bro, it's like it's different. You feel me? So yeah.
Definitely different. Did you do anything special while you were out here?
Let me see. What did we do? We didn't do anything too crazy. We went to the studio. We went to I think Side 3 Studios, which was
Okay.
cool. We had like a 4-hour studio session. It was me, uh my brother Serge, Vaughn, you feel me? Zaire, he's a artist out of Stockton, California, really dope. He was actually the
Right.
first performer of the night when you came. And then my booking agent Gerald and his folks, AJ, all us. But anyway, we just sat in the studio, just cooked up. It's a beautiful studio. Went to the rooftop and just looked at the city view, which was nice. It was really warm, so it really felt like a summer's night. But we didn't do anything too crazy. The
Okay.
highlight for me was the food. Honestly, we went to the spot called the Denver Biscuit Company, and
Oh yeah.
bro, it was fire. Like the best biscuits. We still talk about them biscuits to this day. And like they gave us some apple butter, which I was amazed by because my grandma put me on the apple butter, and that's a southern thing, and I had never
Yeah.
anywhere else that had it. And they gave you like this good ass gravy. You feel me?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was good though, man. But that was the highlight. Nothing too crazy. We were looking for like some clubs and bars to go to, but everything closed pretty early. Um,
Yeah, yeah. It's
which was
it's it's not the Bay. It's
yeah,
not the West Side,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest with
It was different, man. I looked at the times and it was like, yeah, closing at like midnight, 11 o'clock. I'm like, oh, all right, it's different. You feel me? But it was good nonetheless, though, man. I definitely want to go back.
you. I feel that. I know we got a spot here, Colorado Springs, kind of same thing where they got a biscuit place,
Yeah.
and that shit smacks. So trust me, it's the like I believe it's from the same company, and that
Mhm.
shit is bomb. So
It's
I get what you're saying.
bro, it's so fucking good. I had to watch myself because I'm like I'm trying to get my body back right now. I used to have, I mean, I still got a six pack, but it's more of a fat pack now. You feel me? But I'm trying to.
It's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. You feel me? But I'm trying to get back to my football shape. You feel me? So I've been working really
Okay.
hard, and so I was really watching what I ate and how much I ate. You feel me? But like
Yeah.
it was hard, you know. But it was the extra carbs was worth it though, man. So
No, yeah, definitely.
yeah.
All right. So why Ozar? Where does that come from?
Yeah, so it's Ozer, but it's a bit of a long story, but I'm ready to talk about it. But
Go ahead.
it came from my pops actually, or my pops friend. They used to call my dad that. And so I was in the barbershop. I think I was like 11 or 12, and this dude was like, "Hey, you Sam Oson, you little Ozer. We gonna call you little Ozer." I'm like, "All right, for sure." And at the time, I was making music, and I was actually looking for a rap name. You feel me? So I'm like, "Ooh, Ozer, like, got a ring to it." So I went to
Right.
my pops. I'm like, "Hey, I'm finna call myself Ozer." You feel me? He's like, "Do you know what that means?" And he told me what it meant. It had a negative connotation. Had to, had to do with uh I ain't gonna dive too deep into it, but
Got you.
negative connotation. And so I did some deeper research, and then I found out that in Hebrew it means God's helper, and it's also associated with determination and patience. And so I
Okay.
kept it because it had a bad side to it and a good side to it. So a bad meaning and a good meaning. I felt like it represented life and us as humans because we all have a bad side and a good side. And so
Right.
I just felt like it represented life as a whole, So that's why I kept it, and it's very unique. You feel me? Like I didn't want to go by some like generic name or anything like that. You feel me? I didn't want to.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't want to like stress over find a name and force it. You feel me? So it really came naturally, and it's just stuck. It's definitely hard for some people to pronounce at first, but then once I start reminding
Got
people
you.
what it is,
Ozer. Got you.
once I start telling people, once people start hearing it more and more, they you feel me, they get used to how it's pronounced. Yeah, but
Trust me, it will be a household name one of these days. You know
oh
what I'm
yeah, hell
saying?
yeah, sooner than later, man. Sooner than later for sure.
Definitely. And did you have any other, rap names you went by before you
Man,
picked one?
hell yeah. My friends always give me shit for this, so I went by Lil Shaka as a kid. I was
Okay.
and they used to be like, "Bro, you trying to be something Shaka? Like, nigga, change that name." Uh, but it was Lil Shaka, Lil Sam. You feel me? This is basic shit.
Right.
Growing up, Lil Bow was a big thing. So like everybody had little in front of their name. You feel me?
Definitely. I remember
Yeah,
that.
everybody had little in front of their name. So um I was basing my names off of that, and then
Okay.
like I said, I just ended up stopped trying to force it and just waited for something to come, and then the Ozer came along.
Got you. I feel that.
Mhm.
So I know you've been rapping since like you were 6 years old, but when did it hit the point where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make this serious. This is something I'm going to actually pursue.
Yeah. I want to say probably when I was like I always wanted to take it seriously. I recorded my first song at like 10 or 11. Um,
Okay.
and then I put out a freestyle when I was like 14. But I had a rude awakening because one of my good friends this is when MySpace was a big thing. I put it on MySpace. I recorded over a Nipsey Hussle beat. It was Hustle in the House. And so I recorded a freestyle over Hustle in the House. Then he was like, "Bro, you gotta take this shit down. Like this is horrible." And so after that, actually stopped rapping for a minute, and then I had a really deep conversation with my pops, and
Okay.
my pops isn't the type to really show emotion like that. He rarely cries or anything like that. But we were in the in his van one day, and he just broke down crying, just talking about his life and just talking about what he was going.
Mhm.
And I think I was like maybe 16 at the time, 16, 17, and I didn't know. It was such a deep topic. I didn't know how to like just go out and talk to anybody about it. You feel me? Like I couldn't just go to you and say, "Hey, I just talked to my pops about X, Y, Z." Um,
Right.
so I was like, I feel like this is something I should like write about. And so, my boy's brother at the time, he had just sent me like a random couple beats, and one of the beats that resonated with me. So I wrote to it, recorded over it, and everybody liked it. And now at the time, I
Okay.
remember everybody thought I couldn't even rap. And so when I showed people the song, it was like, this is you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it was like, "No, it's not that's me." And so I put it out. It was on YouTube. I hid it though, but it's called Misunderstood. And
Hold on. Did you say you hit it?
I hid it. Yeah, I hid it. Yeah.
Oh my god. I wanna go find it now.
Nah, it's private. You can't even find it. It's private. I mean, I
Oh,
can't find it.
you should release it. You should release it. I'm just
You know,
gonna say.
I might do that just so people can see the growth. But yeah,
But
man.
go ahead with your story.
Yeah, nah. And so I was like 16, 17. And then I was like, all right, let me like give it a try. Let me give it another try. So I put out another song called Youngin, right? And
Okay.
that had a real like southern influence. And then I put out a song called Gravy. And then and everybody, and with each release, I
Mhm.
was gaining more and more fans. And so I'm like, all right, like I got something. And so when I was 18, I was like, let's try to really go hard. You feel me? And I think I released Blow My High in 20. I released Blow My High when I was like 22. I want to say because it's been like 22, 20, like yeah, something like that. Um,
Right.
and that was the first song of mine that reached 1 million streams on major streaming platforms. And I was like, all right, we got something. And so that's why I was like, all right, let
Right.
me just keep doing what I'm doing, really try to make a living off this. Yeah.
Yeah, that song slaps. I really
Thank,
fuck with it when I smoke.
thank you, bro. I just it's crazy because you ever Google your name or like or you like put your name in YouTube and see what comes up.
Oh,
I
definitely.
I did that randomly, and I noticed that hella people was like uploading it to like their YouTube channels, but like they were making edits to it. And so like I
Okay.
came across today, one of my fans has sent me a slowed and reverb, a slowed and yeah, a slowed down version of Blow My High. It was like chopped and
Okay.
screwed. And so it was that was dope to see, you feel me? But it's just easy to see the impact that that song has had on my
Yeah.
career, just fans around the world. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Mm.
So I know when you were younger, you were in a group called Goodfellas, which we're not, dive into that. But I know you're pretty much in a family now, family not a group,
Mm.
FNG. How did that come about?
Yeah, man. So I'll talk a little bit about Goodfellas. Goodfellas was me, my boy Nat Vaughn, who's my DJ, who you seen at the event.
Dope
And then
DJ.
thank you. That's my brother right there, man. And then my other brother Jamari. You feel me? And so we
Mhm.
were like 10, like anywhere between like 10 to 12 years old, just rapping. But like for our age, we're pretty good. But it didn't really last too long. We just didn't know what to do. And so now family not a group, that's it's like 18 of us, like 17, 18 of us. And that came about after a show we did in New York last year. We did a show
Okay.
in New York in November at East Berlin. And it was we called it the Coastal Connection Show. Now at that time we weren't anything. We were just like a group of artists that always worked together. But my bro Afterthought had had thought it would be a good idea to have a show where we had like a bunch of Bay Area artists and a bunch of like East Coast artists to help sort of bridge that gap. And it
Okay.
was a shit ton of performers, but um, we were able to pack out the venue, and we were very nervous about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like we like the Bond's DJ computer broke like right before the show started.
Damn.
So like we were stressing out. We had to go to the Airbnb, which is like 30 minutes away, get another computer, come back, get everything set up. If it wasn't for our boy Toby, who's another dope artist by the way, we would have just had like a bunch of just like dead air while we were waiting for the DJs to come back. But Toby like just took it upon himself to hit the stage. Wasn't even scheduled to perform. He was like, all right,
Damn.
you feel me? He like opened up for us. But anyway, we were able to do that and we killed it. And I think that the sound engineer there was like, hey, like, I've seen a lot of artists come and attempt to do something like this, but they weren't as
Right.
successful. And you guys really were able to hone in on like the culture within this show.
That's
And
what's up.
yeah, and so that's when we knew we had something special. And so we came back and we were like, we should form like some type of collective, like not a group necessarily, because we're not all we all have different styles, we all have our own individual careers, but we should form some type of uh some type of I guess group, some type of group to where
Right.
we all support each other and and really provide a platform. Make sure we could provide a platform for one another. And so
Got
that's
you.
when we came up with the name Family Not a Group. We've been rocking for almost a year now. In 2 months will be a year. Yeah. So.
Damn. That's
Mm.
crazy, man. So you pretty much formed a pretty much a collective with
Mhm.
each other. That's dope, man. I like
Mhm.
speaking with different artists that are in pretty much collectives because it's nothing but like support, and it's
Yeah.
usually like a family kind of environment with everyone just trying to support each other and everyone's grinding. Everyone has that specific goal that you're trying to achieve. So
Mhm.
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Um, and all right, other than Bow Wow, what other music did you listen to while you were growing up?
When you say growing up, what age range you talking about? You talking about like as a kid or like teenage?
Kid to teenage years.
Bow Wow, DMX, Drake, and
Rest
then
in peace.
yeah, rest in
Rest in
peace,
peace.
DMX. Um, actually, happy birthday to Nip too. His birthday just passed. It was the day
Yep.
before my birthday. Um, yeah, Nip, Cole, Drake, Kendrick. I was listening to J Rock too. Really, just all the TDE. Like, I was rocking with TDE.
Okay.
Um, who else? Um, who else was I really rocking with growing up? I want to say that's about it. Oh yeah, Wiz Khalifa, Kid Cudi, like
Oh yeah.
the list goes on. I listen to a lot of artists from that Double XL freshman cover, from that 2009 cover. Like that.
2009. I remember 2009, 2010, 2011. Those were like lit right there because like
Mhm,
J. Cole was in there.
mhm,
Who was
mhm.
it? Wiz Khalifa, Kendrick, obviously.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, man. To me, that was like prime double XL, and then
that was the best.
everything
And then
just shut
Double
down.
XL, I feel like they just start to like dumb it down. Like I'm looking at some of the artists now, and I'm
Yeah,
like, come on now, really, like these
not impressed.
not impressed at all. But yeah, a lot of Cole, a lot of Kendrick, Nip. Um, I would say Cole, Kendrick, Nip, and Drake and Jay Z probably had the biggest influence on me at that within that
Okay.
within that time. DMX I listened to more so as a kid, and then once I like got into my 20s, I started to listen to him some more. You feel me? But between
Right. I feel that.
between like my adolescence and between me being a kid and like my teenage years, I'll say those five artists. You feel me for sure. If
Got
you listen, if you ever heard me rap like back in the day, you could definitely hear like my Kendrick influence. And a lot of people had told me like that's cool, but you should try to find your own style, your own lane. You
you.
feel me?
Definitely.
Add add a add a few elements of his into your own, but
Mhm.
make it your own nonetheless. But
Definitely. That's some very, very good advice because you don't want to overall mimic someone else. You want to be in
mm,
your own lane, make your own kind of style, but definitely pick and choose different things from different influencers.
facts, big facts.
So I know music is a big part of pretty much your life, right? If music wasn't there for you, what would you be doing? What other interests that you have outside of music?
Man, cooking probably. I love food. As you know from my description of the Denver biscuit. Yeah, cooking. I used to want to be a chef. That was my thing.
Okay.
I used to be a real big kid. I used to eat a lot, and yeah, funny story. I remember I went to a Mexican spot. I ordered 2 super tacos with everything on it, like rice, beans,
God
guacamole.
damn.
Exactly, and that was the cashier's expression. And he was like, "Is this a burrito or is this a taco?" I'm like, "These are tacos." He's like, "Just wanted to check." Um, but yeah, and so I will probably be cooking. I love cooking. If I'm ever having like a writer's block or something like that, I'll either go to the
Okay.
gym or I'll cook to like just soothe my mind. 'Cause I feel like cooking allows you to be creative in a different in a different way. You feel me? Like you don't have to
Okay.
anybody's don't really have to worry about anybody judging you nonetheless, you feel me, for the way you do it. I mean, unless you're just a horrible cook, maybe, but I'm a pretty damn good cook. Um, but
Toot your own horn.
it's a little bit. But yeah, man, I say cooking for sure. Me and my boy Nat, um, we were doing something called Fatty Natties, and so it was pretty much his thing. He was the chef.
Mhm.
I was like the business mind behind it. Um, but we were like selling plates out of his house. We were doing like ribeye and scalloped potato plates out of his crib,
Okay.
and we were selling a good amount too. You feel me? But he just got to a point where he didn't want to do it anymore just because it became
Mhm.
too much of a job, which I understand. You feel me? But
Yeah.
I definitely, even when I make it within my rap career, I definitely want to leverage my music um, in order to start my career in food. Some type of way. I would love to have like a restaurant or a food truck, something like that. You feel me? If
Definitely.
aside from cooking, I think I would love to get into fashion too. I'm slowly finding myself getting into fashion and just like trying different styles and different fits and just paying
Right.
attention in like small details. So I think fashion would be something I'll probably try to get into as well, but definitely one of those
Okay.
two. Mhm.
What is your signature dish?
My signature dish, man, I make a real good fucking salmon. I make salmon with
Okay.
this what is it? It's like it's a salmon, and then I usually make a side of rice, and then a side of I wouldn't call it stir fried, but it's like I saute some spinach, some
Okay.
tomatoes, a mushroom. You feel me? Just some onions, some garlic, soy sauce. Put in the pot, and then I bake the salmon. So I bake the salmon with soy sauce, olive oil, salt, pepper, lemon pepper. You feel me? And then I put all that
You're over
together.
here making me hungry right now.
I love
Thanks.
it,
Thanks
man.
for
I lo
that.
Yeah, that's salmon is my favorite thing. I like salmon because, it's really healthy, but it's also
Yeah.
really meaty as well, you feel me? So you could get full from it. Got a lot of benefits to it. But I'll say salmon and then, Alfredo as well, like chicken Alfredo. That's one of my go-tos.
Yep, I'm hungry. Thanks for that. All right, back into like the music.
Yeah,
What is your overall goal in the music industry? What are you trying to accomplish?
good question. It's funny you say this. I literally had a strategizing meeting with my manager a couple weeks back, just trying to figure out
Okay.
our goals. Um, I um, I definitely want to stay independent unless the right deal comes around.
Right.
But I would love to stay independent and do everything myself. You look at like a Russell or a Rest or
Yeah.
or a Chance. You feel me? I would love to do what they've been able to accomplish on their own. Or even a Nipsey. Before he got into that partnership with Atlantic, or even
Mhm.
Barry June. But I don't necessarily. I don't need to be the biggest artist in the world. Like I would love to, like if that happens, then great. But like I just want to be able to like support myself and my family with with my craft and make a good make a good living off it. You feel me? Like
Definitely.
I'm not one for all the fame and everything like that. I still want to be able to go outside and like eat and go to the gym.
And peace.
Peace, you feel me? I don't want to have to like go outside and like worry about 1,000 motherfuckers like swarming me. So
Definitely.
I just want to be able to make good music, leverage that music to to start other businesses, and be able to go on tour when I need to go on tour. Um,
Mhm.
just live my life off it. You feel me? But like the fame isn't really isn't something that I wish to attain. Like it's not my top priority. My top
I
priority
feel
is,
that.
the-
I don't don't
is
want the fame, but you want the fortune.
yeah. I don't need the fame, but I definitely want the I want the fortune. You feel me? And so right now, what I'm doing is I'm just dropping music consistently. Just to keep the momentum going. I dropped a Heartbreak and Paradise EP last week. We just dropped. I just dropped the single with my brother Eastway this past week. Both those are doing
Mhm.
good. So just trying to be consistent and build up that fan base. So so I can leverage my fan base so I can do whatever I want to do at any given moment in time. You feel me? I want to be my own boss.
Right. Yeah, man, that's overall should be everyone's goals to be their own boss, but a lot of people, you know, everyone can't be leaders, you know what I'm saying? But if if you could change one thing in the music industry, what would it be? Because music industry definitely has its downfalls.
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I would change I would change the way labels look at artists or look for artists. Um,
Okay.
I think a lot of or the way labels work. Let me say that because I think one labels when they look for artists, they're not even looking at the talent anymore. They're looking at the numbers. Right? Look at
Facts.
how many followers do you have? How many streams do you have? How many shows have you performed at? Like, how many people come to the shows? X, Y, Z. They're not listening to the music, you know. And I know some artists that are very talented and they just don't have the platform, right? So they get overlooked often, very often. And then
Okay.
when you do work with a label, these labels don't have your best interest in mind as an artist,
True.
as an individual. Trying to they're trying to make as much money as they can without giving you as much as you deserve. You feel me? And that's the fucked up
Facts.
about it. I was approached by a label, a couple independent labels, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I was offered I think 30K for 8 years, and I was like, that don't even make sense. You feel me?
Not at all.
Not at all. 30K for 8 years. You feel me? I'd make that on my own in way less time. You feel me? And so yeah, man, these labels, they get you in these like fucked up deals. They get
Yeah.
you to work for them, and then you can't release any music, until they feel like you're ready. And then when you do release music, half the time it's not even the music you want to release. It's watered down. There's no soul in it.
Right.
It's just a fucking a
What the
song
label wants.
is what the label wants. So that's one thing I would definitely change, man. Just the way labels work. You feel me? I think it just deters a lot of artists from wanting to make it big and strive for something bigger. And
Definitely.
also I'll add one more thing.
Go ahead.
I would change um I would change I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this. I would change what artists prioritize, if that makes sense. So, a lot of artists go after the bag. You feel me? So, like, if a label came
True.
to me, right, a lot of if a label came to an artist and offered them 100 bands up front. You feel me? Um, 100 bands up front, and the label, and it's like an 80, let's say an 80-20 deal or something like that, right?
Right, yeah.
The artist gonna take that 100 bands up front. They ain't gonna even, they're not even worried about the royalties, you feel me? But after tax,
Mm,
that 100 becomes what, 50,000, you feel me? And
yep,
then what, you gotta pay your bills, you probably gonna get your mom something, then what, that shit go down like 25,000, right? So now
facts.
you fucked, right? You ain't got nothing to work with. You can't even invest, you could barely invest that into your career. You feel me? So like I would change the way artists think. You feel me? Like, don't think about the short term, think about the long term. You feel me? Like,
Definitely.
and learn the business, because learning the business is gonna save your life. It's gonna make sure you have money down the road. So that's how I feel. You feel me? But that's just free game.
It's a free game.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, it's crazy to really think about. A lot of people don't know money, if you know what I mean, like, don't understand the financials behind the music game, but just overall in life, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
fact.
And that's definitely a downfall in the music industry, but, what is one thing that you like about the industry? What is your favorite part about it?
Favorite part. My favorite part is you can always find something new. Like, it's I always joke with my friends about this. Uh,
Right.
it's a new artist starting to rap every second of the day. You feel me? Probably 100 new musicians, rappers, singers, whoever, whatever
True.
they just started rapping within like the last 5 seconds of us talking. You feel me? And so, and not saying all of them are bad, not saying all of them are good, you feel me? But nonetheless, there are 100 new artists that you could discover, you feel me? A new
Right.
voice that you can hear, a new story being told, right? Could be the same story of somebody else, but it's told in a different way, a different format. I think that's the beauty of it. And also just being able to collaborate with other artists is
Yeah.
very beautiful, and just being able to really sit down with somebody and get into sit down with them and figure out what they're thinking, and just learn from them. I know when I work
Yeah.
with new artists, I like learning about their process. I ask a bunch of questions. I ask about the
Hmm.
writing process, how long they've been doing it, and just what they do, when they're in certain situations. And that's like the best part. I've learned that um you don't learn a lot when you talk a lot, but you learn a lot more when you're silent and you listen to others. You feel me?
Facts.
And so that's how I approach it, man. But that's
And
probably
you
my
you
favorite
over here dropping like free game up a storm, aren't we?
choice. Hey man, it's that ism. It's that ism, man.
Yeah, definitely got to get it. So like I was saying before, in
Mhm.
the beginning of the interview, like you're a hella dope performer and
Thank you.
entertainer, especially on stage.
Mhm.
But you had to start off somewhere. So what was your worst performance, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, my worst. It's a good question. Let's say we performed at Hippie Hill. Me and Vaughn performed at Hippie Hill in like 2014 or something like that. And this
Right.
this is right after I released Gravy. Or and like it was a shit ton of people, right? And the mics weren't working,
Oh.
and like it was just bad, and I was upset, and like you could see, I was visibly upset, I could see it,
Hmm.
and like I was like my girl at the time was right there. I'm like, man, fuck this, like I'm mad, you feel me? Like I'm not fucking with this. And
Right.
then like, my boy had jumped on the mic, and he had just released a song, and it got held streams in like a couple of days, and like people with the lyrics and everything, and I started comparing myself, and
Okay.
I was upset, and um I didn't attempt to like ask myself what I could have did better. I was like, nah, the crowd ain't fuck with me. Nah, fuck that. Like they not
Right. Yeah.
with me. And I sat down. I was like, all right, well, maybe I could have did something a little bit better. You feel me? Maybe I could have interacted with the crowd a little bit more. Maybe I could have projected my voice a little bit more. Maybe I could have used that negative and turned it into a positive. And so now when I approach performances, I really try to uh, I look at it as almost like a basketball game. You feel me? I'm big on sports. when you finna go play an opponent, you look at the game tape, you figure
Yep.
out what works, what doesn't work. You feel me? That allows you to put your best foot forward. So when like even when I was performing in Denver, I was researching other artists' performances in Denver. You feel me? To see what they may have said to interact with the crowd and
Right.
just to get a gauge of like the overall energy. You feel me? And then I also prepare what I'm gonna talk to the crowd about and what songs I'm gonna do and just how I'm gonna maneuver around the performance. And so that's my approach now. You feel me? And so I try to make sure that I approach it with like a professional mindset. Because
Definitely.
I got one shot to win these people over. Let me make sure I put my best foot forward. But going back to answer the question, yeah, 2014 Hippie Hill, definitely the worst performance, but learned a lot from it nonetheless.
Oh yeah, you definitely learn from your mistakes. You either learn by what did I learn? By repetition or by trauma. So
Facts, facts, big facts.
so you definitely learn. See, everyone's just getting free game right now. But
hmm
so what is your biggest highlight of your career thus far? What was the moment where you're like, damn, I did that shit?
Man, biggest highlight. So I'll say having two of my songs hit a million plus. That was dope. Um, just being able to do that independently with no type of backing or anything like that. Like it was just amazing to see. Outside like the numbers and everything, though, I think being able to open up for like some big artists that I personally listen to. You feel me? Like
Okay.
I just mentioned this in another interview I did a couple weeks back, but I did a performance with my brother Cali J at Stanford, open for Lil Yachty,
Damn.
1,000 plus people, had everybody rocking. You feel me? Like nobody knew our songs, but they was rocking, and it was ridiculous because people was coming up to us saying that they love the music and treat us like we were superstars, like not knowing like we had a 9 to 5 to go back to the following
Right.
day. Like, um, but then also like recently I did a West Side Boogie show. I opened up for West Side Boogie in Berkeley. That was
Damn,
dope.
that's crazy.
And it was so we did. Let me think. I was on the Santa Cruz show and the Berkeley show. The Santa Cruz show, I was the opener. And like they had me early on in the lineup, and then I
Okay.
killed it, and then they put me on, and then for the Berkeley show they put me on right before Boogie. You feel me? So like
Damn.
I felt like I proved myself like, hey, I could do this, and then shit, I had the crowd chant my name, which was beautiful. You feel me? And that
What a
was
nostalgic feeling right there, bro. I can only imagine like people out there, screaming your name.
mhm.
Like that feeling must be like unparalleled to anything else.
Yeah, it feels good because like damn, like all the work that I put in is paying off. Like
Definitely.
this is this is the work that I put in physical form. You feel me? Like it's very beautiful to see. It's a high. It's definitely a high. I watch those videos often. Just to like relive that moment.
Oh, that's what's up, man. So that's the end of pretty much my questions. Are you ready to get into these rapid questions?
Let's go, man. We go.
All right. Does pineapples belong on pizza?
No,
Good answer. Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Rather be embarrassed or afraid?
Man, that's a good one. Damn, embarrassed or afraid? I'd rather be embarrassed.
Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys. On it, who did that song? On it,
Uh, all
back,
right, bet.
yeah, Backstreet.
Favorite movie genre?
Comedy.
What scent that you cannot stand?
Scent. Oh my God. Artificial cherry. Fucking hate it.
All right. Favorite subject in school?
Mm, math. Yeah, I said math. Yeah, math for sure.
Alright. What was your worst job? Was it the opera house?
Oh man. No, actually, opera house was a very fun job, very fulfilling. Actually,
Okay.
my worst job was actually at. It's hella funny. It's two jobs.
Go ahead.
So one was Domino's. I felt so bad because my boy put me on with the job. This is when I was in college and I was working at Sprint. I was like, man, I need more money.
I feel
And
that.
so I asked my boy to put me on at Domino's. He was a manager. He put me on, and it was just like when I walked in to the like into the actual like to the physical building. I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like this looked very depressing. And
Mhm.
so, like I'm in like this fucking brick room, small brick room. There's papers piled up. I'm like doing the training, and like you know how companies try to make it. They give you these like modules and tutorials to make it
Yeah.
seem like their product is a lot more than what it really is. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
y'all niggas are selling pizzas. Like let's be real here. Like it's not gourmet. You feel me? It's just we just selling pizza. You feel me?
Facts.
Um, and so they put me up front, and the orders were coming hella fast, and damn, I just go dark again.
Yeah,
It's,
bro, you as dark as me right now.
oh my god, this is shit is weird. But the orders were coming hella fast, and I fucked something up. And it was a dude there. I forget his name, but he was so fucking annoying. He's like, "Hey, bro, you fucked up, right?" And I looked, I was like, I looked, I said, "Yeah, this is gonna be my last day." You feel me? I went back to Sprint the next day. I asked my manager if I could get more hours. He's like, yeah. So I called the other manager at Domino's. I said, hey, bro, I'm not coming in today. Like, I quit. He just hung up the phone on me. And like, I felt so bad that my boy recommended me. And then it was a job I had working for Milwaukee Tools.
Okay.
Milwaukee Tools, you probably know this, you feel me? But like, it's a very big brand.
Oh,
But
definitely.
but pretty much I was a vendor within like a Home Depot store. And like when I got the job, it's like the first job I
Mhm.
got out of college. Um, they were like, I looked at the reviews and they're like, you're just an overglorified Home Depot worker. You feel me? And
Damn.
like, yeah, it's pretty much what it was. But you know, you got a truck, you know, you got a cell phone and everything. But they put me in the worst fucking Home Depot in the Bay Area. They put me at and like, bruh, when I tell you like shit was many, like I would come and like boxes would be empty because niggas would just steal everything out of the boxes. Like it
Mm.
got to the point where niggas knew what to do. They knew how to steal. They knew how to finesse it. They knew that they couldn't get chased out the store. Like once they
Yep.
reached the store, like they couldn't be chased. So they was like, they was doing this shit full time. They was making a living off of it. You feel me? And like, I used to have the tools in my truck, and I would come
Oh,
home and like my truck would just be broken into. Like all the shit would just be out on the ground. You feel me?
damn.
And so I'm like, bro, I can't do this shit. You feel me? So I let it go. Man. So those are probably my two worst jobs for sure. You feel
D
me?
d Definitely reasonable worst jobs. Alright, let's get back into it. Do you believe in aliens?
Part of me do. Lightweight. Yeah, lightweight, sort of.
Alright. NBA or NFL?
NBA for sure. Off top.
Celebrity crush. I know your girl around. I don't want her
Yeah,
to hit you on camera, bro.
she know I got celebrity crushes.
Alright, bet.
I'm gonna give you three. Okay.
Alright.
Lauren London, right?
Mm.
But you know that was Nip's wife, so you feel me? Like,
Respect, I got you.
that. Yeah, Lauren London. I want to say Megan Good,
Mm. Mm.
and
Mm.
and who else? Lauren London, Megan Good, and I want to say, mm, I'm gonna say Ariana Grande.
Okay, definitely didn't see that one coming, but I can definitely see it though.
Ariana. Yeah,
Oh, he
she
about to
nice.
get his ass beat right after the interview. Rather be chased by zombies or vampires, and these are the fast zombies. These are from like World Z, where they can chase you.
But the vampires, can they fly? Because you know sometimes they be like jumping and be like flying and shit.
I, I would say like the oh no, I can't even say blade because those things evolve.
Yeah,
They don't fly.
could just run on feet.
Yep,
I'll probably say a vampire, man. I feel like a zombie is going. I say a vampire. You feel me? Because at least a vampire just like it's too. You know, they just put their teeth in you and like just taking the
yeah,
blood out. Zombie, they gonna
yeah.
eat your ass whole. You feel me? Like you,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
They're gonna tear your insides up. Pause, and
yeah.
it's a wrap. Can you play an instrument?
I used to play violin, actually.
Oh,
In elementary school, I played violin. Yeah,
that's what's up.
yeah. I
Uh,
don't play no more though.
okay. Rather have plans or go with the flow?
Plans
Rather owe a favor or owe money?
or favor.
Favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Uh, Turkey with dressing, so turkey dressing, greens, candy yams,
Okay.
and with the sweet potato pie. You gotta make sure you had a gravy too on the.
Smacking over here.
Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
Worst thing you've ever eaten?
Oh man.
Damn, that many things?
So all right, so funny. Funny story, man. So when I was a kid, we my boy had took me to his family's crib
Okay.
for 4th of July. It's like the first 4th of July I hadn't spent with my family. His aunt is from South Africa,
Okay.
and they and she doesn't really they don't really cook they don't really cook the way that I know food. You feel me?
Got
And
you.
not because she's from South Africa, just because she just doesn't know how to cook. Um, and anyway, I remember they gave me a salad
All right.
with 2 slices of cheese on it, 2 slices like Gouda cheese or like cheddar cheese, one of those.
Oh, okay.
And they gave me a burger, right? The burger was dry, had no type of sauce, nothing, just a burger, right?
Okay.
And I was like, "Hey, like, where the cheese at?" You feel me? Like, we ain't got no sauce.
It's in the
And
salad.
it was like, "Yeah, give me a salad." I said, "Man," I said, "This shit sucked." And I said that out loud at the table. And like everybody looked at me. I'm like, "Oh, my bad."
You about to get the problems right there, big
Yeah,
fella.
man. And so, and yeah, I just didn't. I just chose not to eat. So I don't think I ate until I got home that night.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. All right. Rather have bad breath or bad odor?
Oh my god. Man, I'd rather have bad odor for sure.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate or vanilla?
The ice cream. I ain't trying to get you beat up.
Chocolate or vanilla? Vanilla.
What is one ridiculous thing that you're scared of?
Man, I don't fuck with any type of insects. No, um,
Said I don't mess with it.
yeah, I don't mess with it, man. I don't care if it's a fly. I don't care if it's a bee, a spider. I don't mess with it, man. I leave it where it's at. Yeah, I don't do it.
So you're telling me like if a cockroach is in your house and that thing just goes around goes like across the kitchen, you
Mhm.
ain't gonna do nothing? You ain't gonna kill that thing?
I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna definitely
Oh,
kill it.
okay.
But I'm gonna sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, man, cockroach." Nah, I'm not. I'm not gonna act like I'm just like excited to kill it. You feel me? It's not nah. You feel me? I'm gonna have to muster up some courage to do it. I fucking hate bugs, man. I hate it. I hate them with a passion, man. We was in Dominican Republic. It was a fly in our room, like because we had a patio, and I guess it came in through the patio.
Right.
It was annoying me, and then like it always buzzed in my ear when I was laying down, like it knew when to fuck with me. Fucking hate it. Yeah, hate but yeah, insects though for sure.
All right, man. That's the end of the rapid questions, bro. Before we get into the song Paradise, I know from your last project, Lost in Translation,
Mm,
you wanted to do more upbeat vibe, right?
yeah,
And definitely Heartbreaking Paradise definitely hits that. But
yeah.
what was the message behind Heartbreaking Paradise? What were you trying to aim for?
Um, I just wanted to tell a story of a breakup sonically. That was my goal. It's sort of funny though because we made the songs individually without an EP in mind. We just made them,
Oh, okay.
and then I sat down with my engineer Flo, who good friend of mine, my brother man, and he was like, bro, like honestly, they sort of tell a story if you like put them in a certain sequence, and we put them in different put them in different sequences. I'm like, you're right.
Right.
So um and so I put Majestic first because I intended for that to be like the introduction to the female. You feel me?
Hmm.
And then Paradise is where things sort of get shaky. I fuck up. At least I fucked up somewhere, within a relationship,
Right.
and now she wants to, do what she want to do and find somebody else and then run away. It's like the official end of it. You feel me? Like
Definitely.
no more. So yeah, I knew I didn't want to give a full length project. I didn't have time for skits or anything like that. So I just I really wanted to challenge myself to tell a story without giving too much context. I really just wanted to let people um uh use their imagination and decide, decide what was going on, man. And I think a lot of people had definitely figured it out and receiving a lot of great feedback, which I'm happy about because
Definitely.
it really got me on my comfort zone, but it sort of reinforces the fact that as an artist, you should, push your boundaries, because you never know what people are gonna like.
Definitely, something you definitely should do, and, that EP link will be down there in the, description, definitely go check that thing out for my mans, but, let's get in this song, Paradise, and, have the people get a little sneak peek of it.
Mhm.
She a little wild thing, yeah. Fresh out of school, tryna see what this life bring. Infatuated by all of these nice things, yeah. Big city, bright lights, and shit so enticing. That shit so alarming. She had a nigga, but he did her wrong. Now she moving to a different tune. In the club every weekend. Every player tryna take her home. She won't go to paradise. Whipping and running and find a thrill 100 miles. She wanna fade away and just forget the night. She wanna run away so she can feel alive. She won't go to paradise. She wanna fuck with a ball player. She wanna fuck with a rap star. She wanna get back at her last nigga. She hoping that he don't get too far. She finna go to the bathroom. Makeup cover her scars. Bobbing her pills ever move on. In her eyes, she do no wrong. She won't go to fight so feisty.
Shit,
I'm fighting like God. She say she
You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So
Bro, that song slaps.
thank you, man. That's my shit right there, man. Glad
Yeah, man. It's a hell of a song, man. What was the inspiration behind this?
Man, you know what's crazy? So it was an incident in at one of our shows that inspired it. It was
Okay.
one of my partners had hooked up with this female, and he hooked up with her during our show. You feel me? Like went to the bathroom and everything, and they did what they did.
Gosh, you say less.
Yeah. And but I guess from what I heard, like this was out of her character. Like she hadn't did anything like that before. And so
Mm,
like me, my introspective ass, I'm just thinking like, what would make her want to do something like that? Like you feel me? Like if she ain't never really did anything like that. So I'm like,
yeah.
I started thinking about like how they say females have these phases that they go through where, well, I'll say everybody has this phase, but you hear about it more so often talked about by females. You feel me? Where they have this phase of,
Right.
feel me, of like uh just sort of just doing them. You feel me? And doing them and like trying to get over like a breakup. You feel me? Trying to get over a heartbreak. And and so it was that one event that inspired the song. So I just wanted to make a song that sort of talked about the female's perspective of a breakup, how they feel, you feel me? How they feel going through this phase, you feel me? Like
Right.
a lot of dudes say, you hear a lot of dudes talk about when they get their heart broke, they're like, man, fuck this, I'm gonna get money, woo woo. But
Facts.
you don't really hear about a man talking about um you don't really hear a man talking on the female perspective too much of of what they go through after after a heartbreak and why they do what they do. You feel me?
True.
And a lot of times it's out of pain and hurt, out of resentment. You feel me? And so that's where it came from. So it's a very uh upbeat song, but it definitely has like a deeper meaning to it. So,
Definitely upbeat, and that's
mhm.
why I really like the song, the deeper meaning behind it, because pretty much my perspective on it is girl gets a heartbroken and she's going out trying to pretty much cover that pain by,
Exactly.
you know, pills, trying to
Mhm.
find other partners, you know what I'm saying, to fill in that void that she's missing. So that's pretty much what I got from the song. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there was a girl I used to talk to like back in the day, and she um she sort of went through that phase. You feel me? I definitely think I contributed to that.
Right.
And she just started talking to different like other different dudes. You feel me? It was out of her character. You feel me? She started like going out every weekend and really just
Mhm.
trying to like mask that pain. You feel me? And like
Yeah.
I definitely um I definitely like I was young. I definitely took advantage of that. You feel me? And went in and out her life. You feel me? When I felt the need to or felt the want to. Um, but like you firsthand, I seen that. Like, damn, like if a female can really change based on how she's treated. You feel me? And
Facts.
she may not see her worth. Based on how certain men treat her. So.
Most definitely. And before we get into the lyrics, man, I got a couple questions. I like in the beginning where you have 2014 Forest Hill Drive right next to it. And I'm just curious, why was that album the one that you chose to put in there?
Uh-huh. I actually, so 2014 is one of my favorite albums. But
Okay.
my manager actually did all that and like post editing. He knows me very well. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, my manager actually did that. But when I seen it, I told him to keep it. But 2014 is actually a um very inspirational project to me. I feel like that was when J. Cole sort of um got out got out his comfort zone and started doing a little bit more
Definitely.
and trying new things with a different sound and probably his best received, if not the best received, one of his best received albums. You know.
Most definitely. I'm a huge J. Cole fan, so it's something that stood out to me. Well, J. Cole, he's my favorite artist. So it's
Mhm.
definitely something that stood out to me. But my favorite one is Born Sinner, but 2014 Forest Hills Drive is most definitely when he stepped out of his comfort zone and did something different and
Yeah.
wasn't I feel like it was he went kinda back to old Cole where he had all messages behind because
Yeah.
was it Born Center? It was just very lyrical overall, but it was a pivotal moment in my life when Born Center came out, so that's why it's probably my favorite out
Yeah,
of all of them.
Born Center was actually is actually one of my favorites too. Because at that time I remember I was living in Concord with my mom's. I hated it. It was just a weird time. I was in high school and
Right.
I was going through I was in like a weird relationship. It's going dark again. But I was in a weird relationship, man. And that song Sparks Will Fly. I
Yeah.
think Sparks Will Fly, and then he had another one with
Was
uh
it with 50 Cent?
nah, hold on, I'm gonna
Uh,
just let me search this up real quick, man, because
Go
it's gonna
ahead.
kill me.
My favorite one in there is Runaway because
Runaway.
yeah,
That's right.
Runaway, that's the song. Yeah, because I relate to that song so much at that
Yes,
moment in my life.
yes, man.
That's my like favorite J. Cole song just because what it meant to me when that song
Mhm.
came out.
Yeah, man. Runaway, I felt like it spoke to like how a man really, how a man like in his younger years really thinks and behaves. You feel me? Like
Definitely.
like a good woman at home, and
Mhm.
you are concerned about every other female out there in the streets. You feel me? That
Right.
damn show wouldn't treat you like, wouldn't treat you like the one you got. You feel me? It was just a very like relatable song. You feel me? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Trust me, I get it. And then Love Yours is my second favorite, and it kinda
Yeah,
intertwines with that one because it just reminds you to obviously love yours and what you have.
exactly. Exactly, man. I think no role model is it no role models is my favorite off of 2014. No role models and Saint Tropez. Yeah, I
He's
think
on his way. Son of a yeah.
what's the song he mentions he wants to go back to being Jermaine? I want to go back to being Jermaine.
I would have to.
I gotta don't stress it. I know it's on 2014, but like that song now or that line
Mhm.
resonates with me now more than ever. You feel me? Because like I get it. You feel me? Like when
Right.
as you elevate in life, um, as you elevate in life in your career, whatever you want to do, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. You feel me? You're gonna lose out on a lot of events. You're gonna lose out on a lot of relationships. Whether
Yep.
it's romantic or friendships. And sometimes like, damn, is this worth it? You feel me? And you
Definitely.
ask yourself, all right, do I want to go back to just being a normal person without this talent and this ability to rap? You feel me?
Right. But to in my eyes, to reach that next level, you gotta make them sacrifices.
You do
Um, period. And I'm pretty sure you've done it throughout your musical career and my career, just interviewing artists, I've had to make certain sacrifices as well. So I
facts,
definitely get where you're coming from and where Cole's coming from when it goes to that.
man.
But
Yeah, it's
I could speak J. Cole all day, but we got to get back to this interview, big fella.
good, man. Good.
Um, who are the ounces? Because I seen your boy Surge in the back. He was playing the piano. So who are the ounces, or was that just something for the video?
Just something for the video. It's nothing crazy. I just thought it'd be funny to do Ozer in the ounces.
Oh,
But
okay.
so Surge, so you got Surge in there, and then you got Sunday on the drums, and you got Eastway playing the guitar. Eastway,
Okay.
we're all in FNG, it's all family. Um, but yeah, none of us actually knew how to play those instruments. We just
Oh, okay. No, no, to me it was dope. The theme was dope, but I do got one last question before we get into these bars.
we good.
Was the wig itchy?
Nah, not at all.
Nah, really?
Nah, I had my do rag on.
Oh, okay, that's why, bro. 'Cause I feel like I'll be scratching my dreads out with
Nah,
that wig on.
uh, I have my do rag on. That's when I think that's my dreads weren't as long as they are now. So like I was really trying to make sure that I was maintaining them to to the best of my ability. So I had my do rag on, so I didn't feel anything.
Good decision. Good decision. All right, man. We're gonna get into these bars right now. Go ahead, rap it for the people.
She had a nigga, but he did her wrong. Now she moving to a different tune. In the club every week, and every player trying to take her home. She won't go to paradise. Ripping and running to find a thrill 100 miles. She wanna fade away and just
Oh,
move in the night.
keep going.
Uh, yeah, nah, man. That's you want me to keep going?
No, 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 no. Just pretty much talk about the bars and elaborate on pretty much what you meant behind them.
Yeah. So yeah. Just I guess alluding to what we spoke on earlier.
Right.
Um, this is sort of the opening line. These, the opening lines to the song. And really just explaining why she is the way she is. She got her
Yeah,
heart broken by somebody. You feel me? Now she's like trying to find her own way and
mhm,
to trying to like mask her pain by finding somebody, just by being with different men and abusing different substances, trying to mask that pain, but she's never really healed, and
big fact.
paradise is essentially a metaphor um for a world with no pain at all. You feel me? Just like think of it as like a vacation or like a utopia or something like that. You feel me? She want to go to paradise. She want to go somewhere where she doesn't have any pain, where she doesn't have to worry about how she feels or getting emotionally attached or anything like that.
Definitely.
She want to be free.
And then like kind of what kind of like sparked in my mind when the song was going, this part was like I don't now that I'm older, when I was younger, it'd be something totally different, different mindset, young mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Is like when once someone gets out of a bad relationship or a very long relationship and they get the heart broken, I feel like they need to take the time to find themselves again without that individual. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, facts.
nowadays that doesn't really happen. People are like, oh, I gotta break up, especially us men. We're like, yo, we trying to find the next, not
Yeah,
the next couple type thing, but we trying to dive into something else. You know what I mean?
facts. Facts.
So I feel like just free game. Yo, if you ever get your heart broken, take the time to find yourself again. Don't just jump into another relationship or
Yeah,
jump into some between someone else's legs.
it's
It's
not
not
what
the best thing for you.
man. I was just talking to somebody about this, man. Like
Mhm.
just focusing on yourself. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like don't worry about trying to, get with anybody else to make them jealous. Like just really focus on you and focus on your growth. Because at the end of the day, the reason you looking for love somewhere else is because you don't have enough self love. You feel me? And so like
facts.
you got to figure out a way to build out that self love. And you build out that self love by doing things with yourself and helping yourself grow. You feel me? Become a better version of yourself. Learn new things so that when you do get into a new relationship, you don't become dependent on the next individual to keep you happy. Like that whether they leave or whether they stay or not,
Right.
you're gonna be good.
Big facts. Big facts. All hitting all this free game.
Mhm.
But this next bars right here. Go ahead.
She finna go to the bathroom, makeup cover her scars, popping her pills up and move on. In her eyes, she do no wrong. She won't go to paradise. Yeah, so this is sort of describing, it's sort of talking about her going to the bathroom, crying, so nobody really sees. She's in the outside world, she's having fun, she's enjoying herself, she's having a good time. But when she's alone, she's
Right.
crying and she's really going through it. You feel me? And she's trying to mask this pain. You feel me? With quote unquote makeup, and that makeup could be real. It could be real makeup, right?
Right. Yeah.
Literal sense, or it could just be, um, it could be the men that she's dealing with, the substances that she's using to hide it.
Right.
But
Mhm.
that's the makeup, and she's popping pills and doing drugs in order to try to forget about what she's going through. She's doing this in the bathroom so nobody sees what she's really going through.
Got you. Yeah, that's overall what I got from that is just the part she do no wrong.
Hmm.
What did you mean by that right there?
In her eyes, like she like essentially what she's doing is right. Like she has a right to feel like this, right? Because
Got you.
she gave her all to the last guy, and he didn't really do anything to replenish her. You feel me? So everything she's doing right now is right. Like she's doing everything she's supposed to do to make sure that she's good. You feel me? When in reality it isn't,
Right.
like it's not, right? But her eyes at that given moment in time, like this is what she's supposed to be doing.
Definitely. Okay, I got it now. I got it now. I was just a little confused. I just wanted to get that clarification for myself and for the people.
It was good. It was good. Thanks for asking that.
No, and then this one right here, I definitely have a question. Like, go ahead, wrap it for the people real quick.
Don't do me no favors. She say, don't try to save me. She ain't doing no changing. She ain't doing no changing. Um, like essentially, don't try to save her. She don't want to be in another relationship anytime
Don't
soon.
say it.
She don't want nobody to come and sweep her off her feet. Like she's done giving herself to men for them to only use her and abuse the love that she's giving. You feel me? So don't
Okay.
like she and then in terms of like uh the she don't try to she say don't try to save me. It's like don't try to help me. Like let me get through this on my own the way that I want to do it. Regardless if you
Got you.
tell me, regardless if you tell me I'm wrong or not, I'm not changing until I want to change. Straight up. You feel me? So like I'm gonna just let
Okay. Well, that definitely answers my question then.
it
And for sure, for sure. And like those are all the bars that like stood out to me and that I wanted some clarification on or just get some elaboration on. Is there anything in there that you want to elaborate on that you want to talk about?
um Nah, let me see. She wanna go to prep. Oh, she wanna fuck with a ball player. She wanna fuck with a rap star.
Yeah.
So I put those lines in there purposely, you feel me? Because uh I've noticed that, when people trying to get back at their ex or something like that,
Yeah.
and my bad, I'm still dark. I don't know what the fuck going on with this, man. My apologies. But I've just noticed that when people um, try to get back at their ex, they try to mess with somebody of a higher status. You feel me? Because they hope that
Mm,
they see them. You feel me? With that individual. You feel me? So she want
okay.
to mess with a ball player. She want to mess with a rap star. And she just, she's essentially trying to flex on her ex. And she hoping that he sees
Definitely.
with the next dude, and that he feels stupid for letting her go.
Oh, I feel that. I feel like a lot of people do that, getting out of a relationship. Like everyone says, flex on my ex. I've heard that so many times. So
Man,
I
yeah,
get it.
you gotta do it. You gotta do it from time to time. You got to.
Oh yeah, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta flex on
Yeah.
them. Is there any other lyrics in there that you want to discuss?
Mm. Fight to a feisty. Yeah, so I said fight to a feisty. Bite like cotton. She said, "Come bite me." Put it on IG. She just want to feel alive. You don't need nobody. Um, a lot of people ask me this line. Ask me about this line. Um, nothing too deep about it. It's just me just literally just describing how she looks. You feel me? Who she is.
Okay.
5'2", feisty, with a body like Kylie Jenner. You feel me? So she look good.
Mm,
And she just she want to feel alive.
right.
She want to feel alive, and she's open to anybody. She open to anybody coming to help her feel alive.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
Mhm.
If you ain't got really any more to like bars to discuss, you wanna, you know, let everyone know your promotions, what you got going on. Cause I heard like you trying to drop an EP every other month.
Yeah, man. Shit. So right now we got the Heartbreaking Paradise EP out that dropped on the 12th. We just dropped Heat Wave. That's just dropped yesterday. Matter of fact, 19th. And yeah, I'm trying to do an EP like every other month. Two, three songs. And just making sure I'm consistent with the music. I'm starting to work on the next
Yeah.
big album. I got a name for it. I think a lot of people gonna like it. I don't have all the songs put together for it quite yet, but we definitely starting to work on it. But it's definitely going to be a it's going to be a deep project, but I'm trying to balance it
Okay.
out in terms of the like the upbeat tracks that make you want to dance, and like the slower tracks that actually make you think. Um, but I want to say that's about it though, man. We got a lot of more content coming. About to start something called Free Bar Fridays. So I'm about to be putting out Friday,
Okay.
every Friday. And then my manager and I are working on the ounce of Ozers, which is like the piece of content where I sort of dive into like a small piece of my life, um,
Okay.
that's been on my mind, and just talk to my fans about it. But we got a lot coming for sure, man. And then we trying to plan out a show out here in the Bay, um, at at the Chapel once more. You feel me? So we trying
Okay.
to end the year with a bang. You feel me? So a lot of good stuff coming, man. A lot of dope stuff to uh, to be on the lookout for.
Definitely will be staying tuned for all that and your EPs and upcoming shows and events. But it sound like you about to be a very busy man at this last half of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, nah, for sure. That's the goal, man. Trying to stay as busy as possible. We got like 3, 4 music videos in the cut right now, so we ain't. We just been trying to figure out a time to drop them. So
Right.
probably gonna drop those before the end of the year too, man. So
Like I said, we definitely staying tuned for those. You want to tell people where they can find you and shout out your social media?
yeah, Zer. So Instagram and Twitter is Ozersf. That's Ozersf.
Nope.
Um, let's see. On YouTube is Ozersf as well. My website, ozersf.com. And then if you want to stream my music, just search up Ozer, Ozer on all streaming platforms. You feel me? Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, etc.
Said
But
any and everywhere you can find them.
everywhere. Oh yeah, and TikTok is Ozersf too. You feel me? So please go follow me. I'm putting content up on there a lot more often than I used to. So we're trying to grow that as well. But
Man,
if you like
TikTok is where it's at.
it is, man. If you like the music, go tell your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your girl, your boyfriend, whoever it may be. You feel me? Put them on the Ozer. They'll thank you later.
I feel that. I feel that. You got any final thoughts that you want to say to your fans?
Hey man, just thank you to everybody that's been supporting and really rocking. As an independent artist, like every ounce of support is important. It takes a lot for us to keep going. Sometimes, even when we don't see the results that we may want to see. So um, to those fans that take the time out their day to DM me and be like, "Hey, like your music is dope. Keep going." I just put so and so on your music. Like that means a lot. You feel me? So like, please keep doing that. Keep on spreading the word, and just keep on supporting, man. Like I really do appreciate all the love. I take the time of my day to really talk to my fans and really build out those relationships. So I want to say thank
Definitely.
you.
Definitely. And support is overall free. You know what I'm saying? Give my man a listen, go like his stuff,
Hmm.
subscribe to his YouTube, which I'll put down there in the description and everything. But go support my man. He got some slapping music, you know what I mean? Something that you can vibe to, dance to,
Hmm.
like anything really. You can vibe with any of his music. Got all different types of music.
Please, man. Got something that might make you want to shake some ass. Got something that might make you want to smoke. Got something that might make you want to think. You feel me? But
Facts.
we got something for everybody. You feel me? So please, tune in. Let me know your thoughts.
Definitely. But we're gonna get up out of here. So like, comment, subscribe to Lyrical Minds. Until next time, deuces.